Yeah, no, it's gonna be okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You can open for now. People are supposed to come.
And lunch.
Hmm?
Have you had lunch?
Yeah. From my bag. Not really proper lunch, but it's fine. On the way back home, I will stop.
Are you going right after this meeting?
Yeah.
Heading on?
Yeah, I have another meeting tomorrow, all day.
Here in Vienna?
Huh?
In Vienna?
No,
Slovenia.
in Slovenia. Oh,
As a kid, I used to spend my vacations in Carinthia with a Slovenian family.
Mm.
So they taught me a little bit of Slovenian, but not the good part. But if some Slovenian came up to the door and asked something, I would understand and answer properly.
Mhm.
But
I think the Slovenian high school in Klagenfurt is becoming very popular. So also Austrians want to
attend.
attend
I know.
and to learn Slovenian language, which is it's kind of weird, but okay.
There's people who speak Slovenian and German, so.
Huh?
Well, they do by now. All Slovenian I would think so because
I mean, I have family in down there. No one speaks Slovenian.
no.
Yeah,
I understand, but
Slovenians,
all the
no?
but the Slovenians
Austrians.
speak German. The
Yeah, but
Austrians
also at least the Austrians who work in the government should also be able to speak.
Slovenian,
Yeah,
but there are some.
yeah, but not a lot.
No, not a lot. But I know some teachers there and some that attended school.
I think
But
recently
they
the increased
Slovenian.
number of students in the high school. So,
Yeah. I
so
don't think so.
as I said, for me it's weird, but okay. If they think it's
Yeah,
valuable for them
I mean,
to know Slovenian.
30, 40 years ago, the discrimination was so big that they decided not to speak Slovenian.
Mhm.
And some parents didn't pass it on.
Mhm.
Like the family that I know, one of the girls, his name is Benatka,
Mhm.
and she didn't call herself Benatka because that's the Slovenian version. She called herself Bernadette because that's the German version. But very unusual for Austria.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I like Benatka better, but then I met her as Benatka, and I don't really care what language you speak, as long as you speak German to me.
And I can't download the video.
He will send you by email. I told him.
Okay, great.
And then they taught me some Slovenian songs, and I sang them. And I said, there's absolutely no accent. I have no idea what I was saying. Hallo. Ja, ja. Ik ben Zeitbeschau. Ja, 241. Ja.
Hello.
Ik zit
Hi,
een
Rohit.
beetje
Yes, yeah.
probleem. Ja.
Hi, Sarah.
Door Venus. Dus de stress zou toch zeggen. Ja, verstehe. Ja, ik ben.
There's already asking for
In tijd.
our board meeting in December. Is it okay that I sit here with you? So
Maybe sit here?
ah, so yeah. I understand. And Trixie then as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We do not have registrations. People will just appear.
Yes.
No registrations. Okay. It's good to have big screen. Be easier to follow. Thank you very much. So how much I oh that is
All good, Matthew. All good.
oh good.
I even got a little educational lesson from people on the, what a launch was.
Oh. The cappuccino without the chocolate.
That's what you had. So I don't know if that's what you wanted. I said coffee with milk.
Yes.
And they looked at me like I was speaking.
Oh, it's
Yeah, like I
All
I'd walked into,
nations.
yeah. He looked at me like I'd walked into a shoe shop or something. It's like, no. Anyway.
As Italians, there are plenty of combinations. Milk and coffee.
And I don't drink any of it, so it's all completely.
Macchiato,
I don't drink tea or coffee ever.
Not even tea?
No.
And Fritz, are you?
Incredibly un-British of me. I don't enjoy a hot drink.
Well,
Doesn't
one
matter.
horse is.
Summer or winter, it just doesn't. I've never liked hot drinks.
I like coffee in the morning.
Which
Where are you from locally? Which area?
just outside London, a town called Bedford. So
In Bedford.
yeah. So
so you support Bradford?
no, not Bradford, Bedford. Bradford is
Oh, so it's different.
Bradford is up north. Yeah. My town has a team, but they're not very good. I support a team called Sunderland, which is right up the north, 5 hours.
So Bedford is north of Luton,
Yes, yeah, just. Yeah.
at the
So it's-
same level of Cambridge.
Yes. They call that area of England with Bedford, Luton, Cambridge, Milton Keynes, Northampton. They call this the home counties.
The home
Don't know why.
counties. So it's between Cambridge and Oxford, so you must be a very bright person.
But why people go to Cambridge and Oxford? I stay in Bedford.
Well,
Yeah.
I just laid it out for you.
You're. I know.
NGO meeting? Yeah. For the NGOs, yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well,
we
you
were,
can leave the door open for now because I
Okay.
think some more people will come.
and it's warm. No, Bedford is apparently,
What?
they've announced that they're opening like a universal studio to make a big theme park. The first one in Europe. And it's going to be in Bedford.
A universal.
Universal Studios, yeah, because there's
Good morning, good evening. So for those who are not in our time zone, so thanks for coming to our informal meeting. Before we start, there are some housekeeping rules for information. This meeting, informal meeting of VNGOC will be recorded and will be published on our website. So also for those who are not able to be with us today, they will still be able to listen to the recording of the meeting. If you want to submit any questions, you can either raise your hand or write in the chat box. We'll do also questions and answers all throughout. So if you have anything to say or ask, just use chat and or raise your hand. And make sure you are muted throughout the whole meeting to avoid any background noises. So this is for housekeeping. So let's start with the real content. Yeah, first we will introduce or go through different activities from this year. So probably this in 2024, it's should be 2025. So this year we organized, as you all know, there was a 68th CND in March with a lot of side events. And a lot of them were organized or co-sponsored by civil society organizations. So this was really a big improvement in numbers. And we also organized 5 different informal dialogues with UN agencies. And we also organized our annual General Assembly. Also in May, as usually, we have our traditional civil society hearing with INCB. A little bit shortened civil society hearing on the topic of innovation in international drug control. We selected 6 speakers who presented at the hearing, and 7 organizations also submitted written contributions. Next.
You also want to share updates from the meeting yesterday, the president?
Yes, that's also very valuable information. Yesterday, we met with the new INCB president, Professor Sevil Atasoy, from Turkey. We were just informed yesterday that she has been already as the INCB president in the past. So this is her second mandate. And we had very constructive dialogue and discussion with her. And very likely we will build on our usual collaboration with the INCB and organized several other meetings. So civil society organizations will be able to contribute to the discussions and inform INCB board members about different topics. So this will probably happen by the end of the year. And big improvements. So the new INCB president is very open to collaboration with civil society organizations, and we will definitely take this into account and use this opportunity to upgrade our collaboration with INCB. In June, we attended also CND event on 26th of June, launch of World Drug Report on the World Drug Day. And there was a panel discussion that included also statement from the VNGOC chair. And also we selected 3 civil society speakers to contribute to the discussion on World Drug Report. In July, thanks to the funding and donation from CCSA, from our member from Canada, we organized side event at the high-level political forum or on SDGs. And it was a joint event with Impact Coalition partners. And the event actually highlighted the importance of effective drug policy to achieve SDGs, and highlighted also the importance of collaboration between different stakeholders, not just civil society and governments, but also academia and other important stakeholders as well. In September, we organized a webinar on the World Drug Report. This is also a traditional activity and event. Thanks to analysis and research branch of UNODC, they presented the World Drug Report and offered also space for civil society contributions, and questions and answers was quite important part of this webinar as well. So discussion was really fruitful and useful and valuable for civil society organizations, and very likely we will repeat this webinar every year after the launch of the World Drug Report. We are now in Vienna at the thematic discussions. We also we can proudly say that we selected 17 civil society speakers for different thematic discussions. And 17 out of, we actually received 82 applications. So it was quite extensive work and not difficult, but I would say extensive work for the board to select 17 speakers, panelists, and also speakers from the floor for different themes on prevention, on treatment, on new psychoactive substances, access to essential medicines, and it will be also a session this afternoon on other substantial matters. Have I forgot any topic? No, those topics were part of these thematic discussions. So I can say that this format of thematic discussions is, I would say, more interactive. It offers better interaction between member states and also UN agencies and civil society organizations. So we hope that the Secretariat will keep this format also for all future thematic discussions to allow more interactive exchange of information and opinion. So in December, we can already announce that CND reconvened will take place on 4th and 5th of December. As you know, that reconvened session is usually consists of joint session together with CCPCJ on 4th of December, focusing on management and budget, and a CND only session on 5th of December, a half-day session where, among other, WHO will present their scheduling recommendations to be decided on in March, and also WHO will brief about update and recommendation on the COCALIF review. Also, we would like to announce, probably most of our members already know, that there will be a 15th Crime Congress in Abu Dhabi next year in April. And we are also planning some joint activities with Alliance in the field of crime prevention. So VNGOC will most likely be also present at this conference between 25th and 30th of April 2026. And we have a representative of Alliance here with us, Ian. So please take the floor and maybe give some more information about the Crime Congress and how VNGOC members and also your members can participate and contribute to the Congress.
Sure. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mate. It's great to be here at this VNGOC informal meeting. I think you're probably more familiar with the CCPCJ, which happens every year, but we have the Crime Congress as well, which happens every 5 years, which is like a high-level version of the CCPCJ. It's taking place, as Mate said, in April next year in Abu Dhabi, but the preparatory process has already started. Maybe if I just say a few things about what's happened already and then kind of next steps between now and then. So the Alliance of NGOs has been working in the regional preparatory process. So the first half of 2025, there was 5 meetings in different regions to prepare inputs for the outcome of the Crime Congress. And we had more, thanks to collaboration of civil society units and funding from the government of Canada, we actually had more civil society participants than I think we ever had before in this process, including I think 22 NGOs attending Costa Rica regional meeting. We saw quite a lot of convergence between what member states were proposing and civil society proposals as well, and the team at the Alliance and CSU, Sarah, Toby and others were able to put together a compendium of civil society recommendations, which was put on our website and disseminated to member states. Between now and the Congress itself, the period for applying for side events is already opened. So it seems quite early, but it is open. And the deadline for applying for side events, or actually they're called ancillary events in the Crime Congress, is the 1st of December. So I'd encourage you to take a look at the UNODC website, take a look at the Alliance website. We have all the information on there. And alongside that, there will be exhibitions as well, but you can take a look at the guidelines. We are pleased that the Congress will continue with its quite open modalities for civil society participation. So NGOs, you don't need to have ECOSOC status like the CND and CCPCJ. Any NGOs can apply. There is a non-objection procedure that happens later on, but hopefully there won't be too many. And we're also pleased to make sure that NGOs without ECOSOC status can also apply to host side events, which wasn't necessarily clear a few weeks ago, but we've managed to clear that up. The main outcome of the Congress is what they call a declaration. So there'll be an Abu Dhabi declaration. The member states in Vienna have already had a 0 draft. They're already looking at that. It's not published yet, but we're working with the Secretariat to try and make sure we can publish it and that we can find a good way of getting feedback into the process from civil society. We do think it's important to make sure drugs issues are reflected in the Crime Congress. So we count on support of VNGOC providing some recommendations to that regard that we can work on together. And the other way of doing that is through side events as well. So it'd be great if the NGOC and its members are also able to participate. There will be online, in-person and hybrid side events. So there's different options to put forward, whatever you want to put forward. But happy to answer any questions about that if anybody has it. We do have a briefing from the Secretariat on our website from our last meeting, which was a few weeks ago. So you can access the record of the meeting and get all the information there as well.
Okay, thank you very much for this information. I think it's very valuable for our members. And also, I almost forgot to mention that we have already tentative dates for next CND, 69th CND, which is 9th to 13th of March next year. And it's not 100% confirmed, but I think this is, I would say, 99% confirmed. So you can start planning your travel or activities already for the CND. Yeah, do we have any questions or comments in the chat or any hands?
So far, no.
No, so far, no. Okay, then I would like to give the floor to my colleague Trixie Vass, a treasurer of VNGOC, to take the floor and explain a little bit about some other activities of VNGOC board, like ad hoc working group and on board elections. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Matej, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us We will just give a very broad, quick overview of one of the priority activities of the board this year, and we've been working on this issue for quite a while now. As all of the members have hopefully seen a few weeks ago, we circulated an email of a call for volunteers from the boards to join an ad hoc working group on board elections. And this ad hoc working group is being initiated following feedback and discussions from the membership after the last few board elections, particularly 2023, 2024, and 2025, which these are the years where the VNGOC has introduced a slate of recommended candidates for board elections. And in November of 2024, we also circulated a survey among the membership to get inputs about how our members perceive that the slate is working. And already then we saw that there's both support for the principle of the slate, but frustrations among the membership about how the slate works in practice. So this has signaled to the board that we need to pay attention to this, and we need to revisit the guidelines and the terms of reference of how we are organizing our elections and the slate. So this working group of the members is being established for this purpose. And before the deadline, we received applications, interest to volunteer from 12 people and organizations that you see on the screen. And we are very grateful for everyone who has stepped forward and volunteered their time to help us with this process. So this working group will intends to kick off its work in the next couple of weeks. In addition to the volunteers on the screen, the members of the nominations committee from the last elections, so the elections that have taken place in March of this year, will also be invited to join this working group because as part of our rules of procedure and also in our experience, it's very impactful when the nominations committee is able to share their feedback about the process. So as we said, this working group intends to start working in the next couple of weeks to hopefully maybe already have recommendations that can be implemented in the next election cycle. But the primary purpose of the group will be to look at the terms of reference of the nominations committee, look at and explore alternative or improved mechanisms to promote a balanced and inclusive board, and propose any recommendations for reform, which could include revising the slate, modifying the candidate selection, or redefining what balance means, the balance criteria. On behalf of the board, we do have a proposed date for a first meeting, which would be October 15th. Looking at midday Vienna time, because we are lucky to have a big global coverage of volunteers in the group, but we will be in touch with everyone who has volunteered via email. And if also anyone else would like to join the group at this moment, you are very welcome to. I think I will stop here, but also happy to answer any questions on this, and handing over to Matej as well.
Thank you. I would also like to add that there will be a technical support from the board as well. So we will help and support this ad hoc group as best as we can. So we can come up with very good and recommendations, which then membership will be responsible to discuss and decide about. So it's not about the board to decide, it's about the membership to decide about these recommendations. And hopefully we can get to the consensus among different civil society platforms and groups to work together in a more balanced way. So any questions or comments from the floor or online? No? That's only for other any other business.
Let's just,
No?
I
Okay.
forgot the positions of. Yes, if there are no questions, just the final thing about the elections, as Matej has already mentioned, the tentative dates of CND next year are 9 to 13 March.
Mhm.
And as usual, the VNGOC will have our annual general meeting, where also the board elections will take place during that week in March. The provisional date is Wednesday, 11 March, both in person and online, but we will be communicating this to all of the membership. And finally, just to announce, or as a reminder, the 3 positions that will be up for elections next year are the position of deputy chair, treasurer, and secretary.
Thank you. And this year we will make it sure that the AGM is announced officially on time. And all members will be informed on time about the AGM. Okay, so if there is nothing else about these topics, items to discuss, or then we proceed to any other business. I have 2 information for our members. One is about the WHO Emerald regional coalition. Our board member Asia Ashraf from Pakistan, she attended the conference in Abu Dhabi recently, and at that meeting of WHO Emerald region, a coalition on mental health was established, and we have been invited also as a VNGOC as a global platform to contribute to this coalition as well. So we also send a letter to the members, and we didn't get any objections to contribute to this coalition. So we will inform WHO Emerald office that VNGOC is willing to join and contribute to the coalition. And we will, of course, fulfill all the criteria. We need to sign a document, a conflict of interest document, so that we are not involved with tobacco industry and so on. This is, I think, the only criteria to join the coalition. And we will try to contribute as much as possible to the work of the coalition, and also invite members, especially our members from the Emerald region, to contribute as well. So they established an online platform with several topics, which also members can contribute with their own proposals. They can announce their own events. They can contribute in different ways to this platform and the work of the coalition. So I think it's a very valuable platform also for VNGOC and our members to be involved with. And we will try to be active as much as possible, and also offer our members different possibilities and opportunities to be engaged in the work of this coalition. Also, we need to mention the letter which was also sent to membership regarding the sunsetting of UN-AIDS. We asked members, we alert members about the letter that was circulated. The letter was circulated last week, and urged membership to sign on the letter to support the further existence of UN-AIDS. And if no negative feedback is received in the next couple of days, VNGOC will also sign on the letter as a global platform. So I think this is important initiative, and hopefully UN-AIDS will continue to work and get support from the UN and member states, and also proper funding for their work. As most of you know, we also during the each CND, we organize international informal dialogues with other UN agencies, including UNAIDS, Office of High Commissioner on Human Rights, and also UNDP. So UNAIDS has been our regular traditional partner in these discussions. So I think it's a good initiative that also VNGOC supports the continuation of UNAIDS. That's pretty much it from us. And there is also possibility an item in the program that the members update about their own activities. So if you have any activities or events you want to share, information you want to share with us, so please go ahead. The floor is yours. Or any questions or comments? Yeah.
One quick thing for me is Jamie from IDPC. Linking to the letter that you mentioned about UNAIDS and the potential ending of UNAIDS, that's all obviously linked to the UN80 task force. There's also a letter being prepared by some other NGO partners about the UN80 process and overall, and the fact that civil society's not really been involved or engaged or consulted or even asked, you know. So there's a letter. It's not focused on drugs. It's not focused on anything we do specifically, but it's about calling on the Secretary General to engage civil society more in this big review of the whole UN system. So if and when that does get prepared, I think it would be great for VNGOC to also support that. So I'll try and find out when that's going to be ready for sharing and signatures, and maybe we can share it as well.
So please,
I don't know exactly. It's not something that I'm working on, but I just know that it's coming in the next few days. So
okay, so keep us updated. We will definitely send a letter to our members to sign the letter, and also process among membership if VNGOC could also sign on the letter. Yeah. So thank you very much. Anything else? Yeah, we have Rogers, please. The floor is yours.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Good morning. Of course, Rogers Casio from Uganda Youth Development Inc. I just wanted to mention the upcoming conference, African Asia Conference, which is taking place in Nairobi. I hope our colleagues from Asia, our colleagues from Africa are coming. But yeah, so the meeting is going to take place on 27th up to 29th in Nairobi, Kenya. And this will be a good thing to be promoted on our VNGOC website and many other websites, so that we can discuss more about demand reduction and treatment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our chair.
Thank you, Rogers. I will definitely approach George to give us information about this summit, so we can inform membership about the possibility to attend the summit. So thank you very much. It's noted, and we will try to promote it as much as possible. Okay, any other questions or comments? I would also like to welcome our colleague from UNODC, from Civil Society Unit. So Anders, please join us, and the floor is yours to give some updates about UNODC.
Thank you very much.
Please say hi. So not so much the updates, but maybe just to say hi and to give a face to UNODC Society Unit as well, for those who haven't.
Sorry, I was informed that you will give the updates about
That would have been Billy, but unfortunately,
okay, no
you have to skip.
If Billy can't make it, if Mirella can't make it, they send me. I'm the guy who shows in and like the gap filler, but no, nice to see you all. And I heard about this meeting and also this whole the informals this week. It sounds very productive. I read the key points. lot on NPS, psychoactive substances. That seems to be a combination. If you have that plus HIV plus the third component, what was it?
Access to essential medicine.
And you're using then the drug misuse together, the combined three factors together has extreme effects on people, especially in the detention system. On average, you spend 2 more years in detention. So of course, these are issues that is very important to highlight, to look at how to prevent these triple factors, not all the drug use, but all the other related issues. So the civil society unit, as you know, we are doing our best with declining resources, facing interesting times when it comes to multilateralism. And we are facing challenges that we haven't seen in a long, long time. But nevertheless, we rely on the steady and ongoing collaboration with organizations like yourself. It's good to see some familiar faces also online. Asia, of course, and others that we know very well. Good to see you. And we rely heavily on your continuous support and your good work in the field, but also here in headquarters, in these intergovernmental meetings. And we think that the collaboration with the umbrella networks, such as the VNGOC, but also the other ones, the Crime Alliance and UNCA Coalition, will prevail. I think it will be very difficult for the UN to turn their back on civil society. They will not do that. And it will be always a room for you to have access to speak, to join these meetings. So we will do our best in these turbulent times to continue to support you from the civil society unit. I think there will be a tough year ahead. But after that, we will rebuild and come back strong. That's my message today. Otherwise, I'm mainly here to listen to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So as many of you can imagine that due to this financial crisis of UN and UNODC, also VNGOC is partly in crisis, especially due to the position of Sarah. And we all know that she's an asset to the VNGOC. And we desperately want to keep her as our project manager. And also, I believe that civil society unit is desperate to keep Sarah as well. So also not just for helping and supporting VNGOC, but also some other activities and tasks within the civil society unit. So yeah, it's also, I think, good to mention that also VNGOC is part of this crisis. So we feel this crisis as well. Okay, so we support and we will try to do our best also from through our channels to keep member states informed about the importance of civil society engagement and also the UNODC's work for civil society. So that's the promise from the board. We fight further to keep the funding and to keep civil society support as supportive as possible, also to our civil society platforms here in Vienna. So thank you very much. So any other comments, questions, updates? In 40 minutes, we will manage to conclude the informal meeting. So I hope that the information received is valuable for you. And see you then at the CND next year in March. And hopefully most of you can come in person so we can share our information and exchange information and our work in person here in the buildings of United Nations. So thank you very much and goodbye.